What's up everybody, this is the second dev vlog for Plotterbrains, the three-dimensional graphing calculator. Regarding the first one, first dev vlog, about those questions about how to get blocks into Minecraft worlds more efficiently, I've gotten directions from a few people pointing me in towards how to do that. Apparently it's like really convoluted considering I'm just trying to figure out how to tell numbers to the thing more efficiently, but I should be getting that figured out as long as I follow those directions and look up a few more tutorials. I probably will get that in order. Now for the next thing, I want to have a quicker previewer. I've been using a previewer that I made using P5.js, but I want to upgrade that to using threejs, and I'm sort of stuck with that. Let's just flip on over to this stupid technical issue. And, well, once again, I cannot seem to figure out how to get this thing installed. It's three.js. I found the fundamentals and the documentation. And yeah, well, I was stuck trying to get this thing working for like an hour and a half. I got like from foo to foo 10, and yeah, still couldn't figure out how to get this. I don't know how to use it. Like first there's a download button, and then that downloads a zip that looks like what's on the GitHub. So here's all the three.js on the GitHub. I never know what to do when there's code on a GitHub. Like, here's the code now. What do you do to make the code do what the code does? And there's instructions here. I don't see install instructions, but okay, that's fine. I'll start with like the manual or the documentation, right? I read this fundamentals page, and then also the getting started guide, and there's all these pages. I've read these. I've tried to get this working a number of ways. Installation, npm install. I've tried the cdn. I couldn't get any of these. I got like them partly working, but yeah, I don't know how to get it. I'll show you how far I got then. Alright, the npm install isn't the first one I tried, but like at some point in the middle of this process it says, okay, pretty simple, if you just go npm install 3, and then you should be able to just talk to it. Like, you don't have to give it a relative path or something. As long as you just start talking to 3, then it should start working, right? Well, I got this error. It says like import declarations may only appear at the top level of a module. Well, that was foo 8.7. So there was like the HTML and JavaScript were both in one file, and then like I separated them, so there's the HTML and the JS separately. Yeah, apparently I'm not understanding this, because I thought that when you have a JS file, then that's what a module is. Well, I separated the HTML and the JS. I put this statement right at the top of the JS, and this is foo number 9, and it says that import declarations can only appear at the top level of a module. Well, I mean, if that means anything other than like moving that up, I don't know how much higher I can make this, because it's already at the top, and then it says it can only be at the top. So I don't know. And then I looked up this error message, and then all the Google results for that I just have in the context of this or that program. They're talking about other programs. I can't even find an article that says what this error message means. So that's one of the ways I got stuck. That was like the 9th way I got stuck. Well, this is the best partial result that I got on foo 4. I followed some instructions and got a rotating cube. Now I just want more cubes and fly controls. That's it, with like WASD. And there's some examples on the 3.js for fly controls, and yeah, it seems like you can get WASD controls if you know what you're doing. Okay, the first way I got stuck, foo.html, and this tries to load it from CDN. And then I get this error message. I don't know if CDN's not working, or whether I gotta change some setting or install something, but yeah, with that example code, I mean, it just makes an error message that I don't know what to do with. Alright, and then with foo number 2, that's when I first saw that import declaration's got to be at the top of a module thing, and that's when it had the JavaScript in the HTML. So that was before I split it apart and moved that as high as I could. And when I did npm install 3, it said it was successfully installed, but I don't know where it lives on my computer, so I don't even know where to check what those files look like, because I don't know how that part works. Foo number 3, I tried some minimal example here, and this seems to load with no error message, but it's pretty much a blank page. But this uses a relative path to three.js when it's on the computer. But when I tried pointing, there's other examples with more of these relative path things, but when I tried pointing them to where I've got the three.js downloaded on my computer, it wasn't working. There was more error messages. So I don't know whether this is one of those things where you download it and then you don't have to install it. You can just like start pointing relative paths to it and it's supposed to work, or whether this is like whether there's something here. This is the installer, but I don't know which of these things mean installer, or whether you're supposed to like make some code to install it, make your own installer. Like I really I've read those pages. I don't know what to do with this. And then I tried making a different little relative path with three.js and just fly controls. Well, I saw something in the documentation later on that said that's not going to work, because if you take things out of here and just try and put them somewhere else, these things have relative paths to each other, so that's going to break it if you take it apart from the original structure. Alright, foo number 4 is the one that actually does load this, and it gives a relative path to three.js. And I think for this one, there was some link somewhere in the documentation that has a link to just a three.js, and I downloaded that one, and that's the one that worked for this. And then when I tried to take the three.js from the other thing, that wasn't working or something. But when I tried to add more to this, like fly controls, yeah, that's when I couldn't figure out how to get the things to talk to each other. Yeah, foo number 5 is when I tried to just path it to three.js and fly controls in its own little JS folder here. And then that's the one that's not going to work because you can't take the thing out of the thing. And then I tried it with, I don't know, the original thingy has 3 different things called fly controls in different places, so I tried each one of those and that doesn't work there. Yeah, so this is npm install 3, and then once that works, I did that, it said there was a successful no error message, and then it says that you can just talk to it using this, and then just put that right above the thing that says const scene new scene 3, and I put that there, and then it said that thing, it's got to be at the top of a thing, so I moved that out to up there, and then I moved that to a separate JS and put it at the top of that, and then that's when I got the I don't know how to clear that, whether that's from whether you put it there or on the other thing on top of that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Honestly, I gotta give mad props to the people who made documentation for this, because this is a lot more human readable, like no computer science degree required compared to a lot of documentation I've seen. But I gotta say, if they tried to make this idiot proof, apparently my own idiocy has exceeded any of their expectations. Alright, foo number 7, I don't remember exactly what I was doing here. I think I was trying to get this working just as a minimal example, or just to see what happens if you put just that there. And then there was this was from another thing in the example code, another way to import it, which, yeah, if that's another solution, well, I don't know how to get it working, this error message and stuff. 404 not found, where you're trying to, the CDN's not found where it says it's supposed to be or something. Yeah, foo number 8, I guess this is when I try to separate it, just put the minimal stuff here in HTML and say, okay, talk to that script as the top of the thing, and then import can only be at the top of a module. I guess I don't understand what a module is. I thought when you have a .js file that's a module, and I thought that's the top of it, but I don't know, apparently some of these words mean things other than what I can make sense of. I did try looking at more pages with more instructions. Fly controls example in 3.js, nice. It's got this code, here's a bunch of JS. Again, nice code. I don't know what you do to run this, and nice instructions, but they don't say the thing that I don't know, which is how to run the code. And there's this nice example of fly controls on the examples page at 3.js is what I'm looking for. WASD and QE and whatever you have that map to for up and down. And then if I view source, yeah, well, it's nice that it works, but these are the things I tried to make work, but however that is, yeah, I couldn't figure out how to make them work like they do in this code. There was another example I found, I can't find it again now, his artist rendition of it. It was on one of those sites like CodePen, and it had some HTML and some JS and some CSS, and then there was like a box or something, some three-dimensional stuff. But the HTML file didn't mention, like it didn't call on the JS. I I'm not familiar with how that works. I thought when you have an HTML and a JS and a CSS, it's because the HTML talks to the JS or the CSS. But yeah, I don't know how that code works either. Anyways, I think I've explained my own idiocy related to this stuckness now, in the sense that someone who knows what they're doing can tell me how to get a seemingly idiot-proof thing to work that I've been stuck on for an hour and a half. Namely, again, what I just want to get is like more cubes and fly controls, and that's it. Like as a quick previewer, instead of getting all the blocks into Minecraft and then loading up Minecraft as a renderer, just a quick renderer with low resolution, just flat colors and whatever. And I'm pretty sure 3.js you should be able to load, 1,000 or 10,000 blocks or something, and WASD around there. That's really all I want to get this to do.